Let me tell you something that might sound familiar. You put in hours filming and editing a video you're proud of, and you hit publish. And then, nothing. Barely any clicks. And that was me not too long ago. I was 36, juggling a full-time job and trying to build a YouTube channel on the side. I thought my content was decent, but I couldn't figure out why it wasn't getting any traction. Turns out the problem wasn't the video, it was actually the thumbnail. And I used to spend hours in Canva trying to create something eye-catching, and most of the time I'd end up with a design I wasn't even happy with. So then I stumbled across a tool that changed everything. And let me tell you, it didn't just improve the quality of my thumbnails and boost my CTR. It gave me my time back. And if you're a busy creator like me, you know that time is gold. No more design stress, no more outsourcing costs. I'm now creating thumbnails that stand out in just a few minutes. That means more time to work on my next video. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a tool I discovered that completely changed the way I make thumbnails. It is fast, it is smart, and it is designed for creators just like us, especially if you've never touched design software before. But before I show you the tool, let's talk about why your videos are getting clicked. Because if thumbnails are that important, what actually makes people click? Now we already know that they're a huge part of the YouTube puzzle, but most of us, especially creators over 35 or 40, we were never taught how to design thumbnails that stops the scroll. And the truth is that YouTube rewards thumbnails that get clicks. If your CTR goes up, your reach goes up as well. And that's exactly where this tool I found started making a big difference. If you're a busy creator or just want to make better thumbnails, you've got to see this tool in action. And what I'm about to show you next might seriously change how you approach YouTube. But before I show you this tool in action, let's break down the psychology behind what actually works on thumbnails and how this tool taps into those exact principles to save us time and help us get more clicks. So let's zoom out for a second. Have you ever wondered why some thumbnails just pull you in while others get scrolled past without a second thought? And the truth is that it is not always about the topic. It's how that topic is visually presented. Because your brain makes a snap decision based on one thing, the thumbnail. And there are three things I've learned that make people stop the scroll. First is curiosity. Thumbnails that hint at something without giving it all away tap into your need to know more. Second, there are faces and emotions. Because we are drawn to emotion. A surprised and a curious expression, that's like a magnet for attention. And third, color and simplicity. Because bold contrast catches the eye, but cluttered pushes away people. Because less is usually more. And I used to obsess over the tiny details that didn't move the needle. But after testing dozens of variations, I realized that the best performing thumbnails were always simple, clear, and emotional. And here's where it gets interesting. Because the tool I'm about to show you doesn't just understand these principles, it builds on them automatically. So let's switch over to my computer and I'll show you exactly how this tool works step by step. Here we are on my computer and the tool is called Viro, and to access it just go to viro.SO, and they say they can create your viral thumbnail in one click, and you can drop your video link here and generate a thumbnail or upload the video. So let's log in to see how it works. And once in, we have three ways we can use the tool. First is a video to image generator, and it creates a thumbnail centered around the speaker using insights from your video's content to highlight your face and key topics. The second way we can use the tool is a text to image, and you can prompt it to produce a thumbnail based on a custom text prompt that you provide. And third, we have this edit thumbnail feature here, which lets you edit the generated thumbnail. So let's go and create our first thumbnail using our video. And with the video to thumbnail creator, you have two options. Either upload the video or you can paste an Instagram video URL. It would be nice if you could paste in your YouTube video URL as well. But let's upload the video. that I shot in my bedroom using my iPhone where I talk about consistency. So while it's uploading, let's see what other things this tool has. In the bottom you can see the best practices, so you can have the best outcome out of this tool. And it says that it is perfect for sit-down videos, for podcasts, educational videos, commentaries, and for speeches. Where this tool is not going to work is videos shorter than 10 seconds, blurry videos, small faces, faceless videos, and videos in a car. And to maximize the processing success, ensure that your video contains clear speech throughout and has at least 15 seconds with a clear visible face. And the tool will use the highest quality frame for your face, and if you don't want a specific face to be shown in your thumbnail, avoid selecting the time frame of the video. And once the video is uploaded, you can see it right here, and you can exactly choose which section it should use if you want to go the manual route. And if you have a longer video, they recommend not to upload a video more than 5 minutes long. Even if you upload a 5-minute video, you can still choose the range where the AI tool should look for the frame you are aiming for. Now, before we hit generate, you can give it some special instructions so the outcome is as close as possible to what you want. Also, we have a few options here. You can let AI choose the frames or pick manually as I showed you before. Now, for the thumbnail format, you can use the long form or short form. In our case, long form. The thumbnail style should be professional or wide. The professional thumbnail style uses readable fonts such as sans serif or serif with evenly spaced elements. It follows traditional design principles and avoids clutter. A wild thumbnail style has a vibrant presence featuring off-angle images, multicolored elements, and unconventional fonts to create a dynamic and bold design. The next option, you have to add text or no text on your thumbnail, and if you have influencers added because you do a podcast or a reaction video, you can choose here to include influencers found in the transcript. Because by including influencers, Viro can scan your transcript for mentions of famous influencers like Elon Musk, Mr. Beast, and so on. And if any are found, photo of the influencers may appear in your thumbnail alongside the speaker. First, let's generate a thumbnail that is picked with AI and it has a professional thumbnail style. Let's see what it comes up with. As you see, it's analyzing your video, listening to the transcript, and it's looking for the best moments so it can add it to your thumbnail. And while it's working, let's see what other recent generations I have had using this tool. As you can see, there are plenty of thumbnail variations that I have tested, and you can come and visit them anytime you want. So let's go back and see what it creates. Here is the thumbnail it generated. I think this tool is awesome, but it will need a little bit of fine-tuning. So let's go back and see if we upload the same video and use different settings. I'm curious to see what it will generate. So we have to wait until it's uploading before we can give it any commands and work on the settings. So once it's generated, we can now apply the settings we want. I'm going to choose Speak with AI, also long form, and I want to choose this wild option and also with text. So let's generate it again to see what it comes up with. So here is the thumbnail it generated with the wild settings, and you can go in and download it anytime you want to your computer. Now maybe it is not perfect, but I think it helps a lot, even if it is just for inspiration. Now let's go back and try another version. Let's say we want to use the text to image version. Let's type in a quick prompt to see what it comes up with. I will type create a YouTube thumbnail for a tutorial video aimed at new YouTube creators. The video explains why consistency is important on YouTube. So let's choose long form and hit generate. So here is the thumbnail generated based on that simple prompt I gave it. Let's give it a more sophisticated prompt to see what it comes up with. And I made this special prompt and I'm curious to see what it comes up. Create a YouTube thumbnail for a motivational video aimed at new YouTube creators over 40 who struggle with staying consistent due to work, family, or lack of time. The video discusses the power of consistency and how small efforts over time lead to big growth on YouTube. The tone should be inspirational and empowering, while also connecting with creators who feel discouraged or stuck. I added the video elements, a man in his 40s with a tired but determined expression, possibly sitting at a desk with a cup of coffee looking at his calendar or YouTube stats. Include a progress bar filling up or a graph with upward movement to symbolize growth. On one side, show a clock or a calendar with day 1, day 2, day 30 for visual storytelling. Include bold, clear text such as consistency equals growth, still showing up day 1 or one day. Use motivational colors like orange, blue, or green. Bold but not aggressive. And also to keep the layout simple with 1 to 2 focal elements and make sure that the text is readable on mobile. When it comes to design notes, emphasize determination or perseverance in the facial expression. The background can have subtle YouTube-related elements like a play button or a channel dashboard. Avoid clutter, use strong contrast between the background and the text. Also, to spark curiosity without being clickbaity, focus on evoking a "this is me" feeling from the viewer. Let's hit generate and see what it comes up this time. So here is the thumbnail it generated after this prompt. I think I gave it a little bit too much instructions, but you get the point. You can use this tool to get thumbnails and thumbnail ideas for any of your YouTube videos. And if you don't like what it's generated, you can always go in and edit a thumbnail. So let's see, we want to edit this one. Because the first one is generated based on my video, I think it is the best one. So if you open up the layers menu, you can see that you can select each of the elements here. So we have the text on top and you can change the font, the color, the spacing and the size. You can customize the style. You can make it uppercase or lowercase. You can enable or disable the background and so many others. You can even add borders to it and a shadow. So let's work on this thumbnail a little bit. Let's start with our character and we can move this around wherever we want. The cool thing is that it gives you a lot of possibilities for customization. And I like to make the faces on my thumbnails bigger because they show better on mobile. We can adjust the color and the contrast. We can edit a shadow, let's say a white shadow. I like my text to be always on top. So let's say we want to edit this text and resize it a little bit. Now for the size, I like to make it bigger. I removed the background because I don't like having a background, but now I want to add a yellow shadow to it and also 5. Okay, great. And now let's bring the image over and make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I would like to move the character on top of the image so it stands out a little bit more. We can always change the font and increase the size a little bit to 30. Awesome. Now let's adjust this image a little bit like so. And I don't like this blue. Let's try this one. But what if I erase the border and I put only a white one? And also I would like to have some adjustments on this. I don't like this border. So let's go with 15. Okay, so that is that. Now let's click save and close the project. So now this is the thumbnail we worked on, and I think it looks much better than the original generated one, but even so it gave me a starting point and it let me adjust it the way a thumbnail should look like. Now here are a few things that you need to avoid when you work with this tool, because even with the help of AI, there are mistakes you need to avoid. The first thing you need to avoid is overcluttered thumbnails, because these confuse viewers. And remember that simplicity always wins. The second thing you need to avoid is blindly accepting AI's first suggestions without reviewing details can really backfire. And the third thing you need to avoid is clickbait, because creating clickbaity thumbnails damages trusts and gets punished by the YouTube's algorithm. And trust me, I learned this the hard way when an AI generated thumbnail included misleading text. So always customize, simplify, and stay authentic to your content. You can always A/B test in your YouTube studio because this can help you see what works. So the bottom line is that AI saves time, but your human judgment is still critical for your success. Now, before we wrap up, let's quickly talk about Viro's pricing, because finding the right plan matters, especially when you're balancing YouTube with a full-time job and other responsibilities. So Viro offers 3 simple plans for you. First, the starter plan. It is a $15 a month and gives you 25 thumbnails. Perfect if you're just getting your channel off the ground. Second is the Pro plan, and this is the most popular. It is a $35 a month, but it includes 70 thumbnails plus advanced features like video to image generator, an image editor, and branding options, and even a title and description generators. And for those planning a lot of updates, the ultimate plan sits at $75 a month and offers 187 thumbnails, priority processing, and even rollover credits if you don't use them all. And on top of that, you can also save 20% if you pay yearly, which is great if you're committed to building your channel long term. And the best part is that every plan includes a free trial. So you can try it first without any risk and see if it fits your workflow exactly like it did mine. And I leave a link below if you decide to get started. Now, one more quick thing before we wrap up, because if you end up loving Viro and want to share it with other creators, they actually offer an affiliate program too. And it is straightforward. You can sign up for free and you can earn 30% commission for every person you refer who becomes a paying user. That means if you got friends, clients, or even YouTube audience of your own that could use help with thumbnails, you can actually turn your recommendations into a little side income. And here is the best part. Even just a few referrals could easily cover the cost of your own Viro subscription every month. And that is pretty great if you're serious about growing your channel without breaking the bank. So signing up is pretty easy. You can join with your email and just one click through Google, and they'll send you important updates like when you earn commissions. I leave a link below if you want to check out the Viro affiliate program after you tried it for yourself. And there you have it. Viro AI has helped me turn a once frustrating, time-consuming task into a fast, reliable system that drives real results for my channel. Remember that 90% of top-performing videos use custom thumbnails. So with Viro, creating high-converting thumbnails doesn't have to be hard or expensive. And if you're ready to reclaim your time and boost your growth, check out the link below and start Viro for free. And if you want to keep building unstoppable momentum, watch my next video right here where I'll show you how to craft videos that keep viewers hooked from start to finish. Because getting clicks is only the beginning, and keeping people watching is what truly grows your channel. So I'll see you there.